So crazy. Now you mentioned gospel, and we were talking beforehand about Big Mama got the AM gospel radio station blaring, got Bobby Jones on the TV before
Yes,
you go to
sir.
Sunday school, and you're listening to Williams Brothers, Jackson 7Ls, Pilgrim Jubilees,
My
Mighty
God.
Clouds of Joy.
Mm.
And so, what was it about those old school gospel quartets that shaped your singing style and how you were able to mesh that with the R&B and pop stylings of what you were hearing on the radio or through friends?
Man, it's just soul. Church is soul. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I would try to get away from that. If you look at all of the people that Teddy dealt with, singer wise, they were soul singers. Aaron Hall, Joe Stone Street. A lot of people may not know him. Illis. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. But he did Baby Baby Won't You Be Mine, but he didn't continue with the group. But that dude, listen to me. Y'all think Dave Hollister's dope? Street is that's why the group was called Black Street, because his last name was literally Street, Stone Street. But yeah, ill dude, Chauncey, Eric, Mark, you know what I'm saying, Levi. You ain't gonna really like. It ain't too many singers that came through that regime of guy slash Black Street, or whatever he was doing, that weren't church dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it is. It's just you change what you're singing about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think the quartet sound, and Chauncey and Eric were in a gospel group before they became R&B singers. Like, so that's usually Aaron Hall's brother's a prophet, a preacher. All of this is and that's why now I think with the music that I've evolved into, and I couldn't really put my finger on exactly what it was until this past year when I did the new project. Because it's a mesh, man. You could grow up in church, but obviously you grow as a person, so you're exposed to other music. You're exposed to other things. So, I think that's what made Teddy dope. So he could take The Lord Is Real, okay? That song, The Lord Is Real, that was on the Another Level project. He took that song, but it was an Elder Bart sample. Time Will Reveal. He took that and made it The Lord Is Real, and it sounded like, a church record, even though the chords and everything. And that's one of the gifts Teddy had, because, Teddy's self-taught. Teddy don't read music. Teddy sit down at the keyboard and just start playing what he hear. He can play anything. So that's a whole nother story. But, that's why I think, and Teddy started in the church. Okay. So that's why I think you hear that in the music. I think, the church just played a huge role in birthing, especially R&B music. You know what I mean? Definitely. And then
Mm-hmm.
hip hop, started in New York. Uh, so Ted brought that into the music. You know what I mean? So it's just an evolution. Yes,
Because for
sir.
me, Teddy is my favorite producer of all time. And I
Mm.
tell people this, the first album that got me listening to gospel music was the Winans Return album with It's Time and a Friend.
And listen, one thing about him, I think that production wise, yeah, like you said, for his era and his time frame, and even just on a larger scale, like there's nobody really seeing him, because he just, that's a gift. Again, that's something like you're blessed with, that to wake up one day and start playing, in church, and now you can play anything you can hear. People don't do that. That's like, that's weird. Not weird, but it's a miracle. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
So
gift.
yeah, it's a gift, and it's a miracle in that God predetermines. You know what I mean? So he was already, before he was born, God said, "This is you. This is what I'm gonna give you." You know what I mean? So
Mm.
um I think he's just one of the most innovative producers as well. Even, and I think that's what, for his time, he was super innovative. He was doing things that nobody was doing.
Right. And as we know, with most labels, they're very risk averse, very bottom line about appealing to the shareholders and do what you have to do to get on top 40 or urban radio. And if it's too far ahead, then it's a big risk for them.
Yeah, that's why now is the best time in the world, bro, because you don't really need them. You can break forth without that now, because the
Yeah,
game
do
has
it
totally
yourself.
changed. Yeah, it has totally changed, and the world is yearning for something different. You know what I'm saying? Musically, that's why I feel like I'm excited, like I was back in Chad's room, man, because the music that I'm making now is so out of the box. It's so not limited. It's so not genre specific. It's not gonna sound like gospel music. because
Right.
it's been labeled gospel music, but it has to sound a certain way, which to me is kind of crazy because if you're talking about the things that if you're talking about the gospel in your music, what does it matter how it sounds audibly? But that's just the world we live in, where people want to compartmentalize things that they don't understand, and that's why I feel like a lot of what I'm doing now is for, because I feel like I'm at that place where I was with Capital, but I'm able to do what I want to do because I can do it on my own, and I can put forth what is organic for me, and I don't have to try to make the church like it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the
Right.
day, it's for the world.